Buddy, it's Kevin from Corner, and today we are going to do Sound Digital plugin Pluralis. And I can't English today, but that's kind of hard to pronounce a little bit as well. But today we're going to discover that plugin. As you can hear my voice, it is a digital delay plugin. So I can tell a lot of resources. My computer, which is pretty beefed up, is glitching on the live, but have a lot going on. Let me bypass this and let me about this. Okay. So, sound device pluralis. I don't know why companies decide to make things so blah blah to blah blah. I mean, it's hard sometimes. It's like crazy. So I would just wish they would have called it like cool delay or something that I could pronounce. And I'm not going to say that word a whole lot more because it was a little bit tongue twisty. But this plugin, the reason why I chose this plugin was that this plugin got chosen as one of the revolutionary plugins of 2023. And I have this really interesting mindset that does it really do what it says? Does it work? And on top of that, is it something that I would personally use? Is it easy to use? Does it work? I mean, is it easy, to get it to work as well? Or do you have to jump through hoops? Now, right off the bat, there's something going on between Pro Tools and this plugin because AAX would not load at all on my system. So I ended up going to my Blue Patch or my Blue plugin Patchworks and putting it in there and then opening it back up. And it actually works through the patch, through the wrap. So we're going to use the wrap today to be able to review this. And we're going to see exactly what happens with this plugin. And we're not going to take a deep dive. I just want you guys to know, Does It Work is not a deep dive channel. This is a channel that is really where you're seeing what I'm seeing, like the first time I'm using it, because I've never used this plugin before, only to pull up a preset just now so I could do kind of an intro to let you know that this is a digital plugin and a delay plugin, digital delay, that we're going to use today. So let's take a look at this. I'm going to switch over to my desk view, and here we are. We're going to use the exact same audio that I've been using throughout these videos. Again, the last two that I did with this lead vocal and the delay program. So let me get this up. Let me turn off the bypass and let me pull this up for you guys. Okay, so this is the interface. Now, right off the bat, you see, I love when they do this. There's an arrow down here or pull down where you can pull and make this bigger, especially for guys like me who about a month ago, I noticed I couldn't see as well on my screen. And when I went to the doctor, everyone thinks that if your vision's going blurry with glasses, that you're actually going blind. And when I went in to get my eyes checked, it was actually the opposite. My eyes are getting better, and the prescription was too strong, it was making everything blurry on the screen. So that was kind of a crazy deal. Now, this is a really straightforward interface. Actually, I love the simplicity and some of the graphics and the coloring that's coming out on some of these new interfaces. I'm going to talk about that first because that straight off the bat, I love the blues, I love the darks, and I love the oranges. I love the contrast, and it's very pleasing on the eyes, especially if you're doing late night sessions. This is something I can see being done a lot of times on late night sessions, but and not really getting sick of the color because it's just very pleasant and not eye straining. You guys know what I'm talking about. When I pulled up the Antares White Bright plugin the other day, some of y'all like that. I really felt like laser beams were burning out my retinas. It was crazy. So let's hear this. This is really just when you boot up the plugin. There's no other preset. This is the standard preset that it starts with. Let's hear this on this vocal, and I'll do bypass and everything.
Point of no return. Another face people make when they were full of hope but lost their faith. A pretty face filled with concern.
Okay, so right off the bat on this plugin, I have to say that I'm actually very impressed with the sound of that right off the bat on that vocal. And it's really cool. You can hear like a dual delay going on within that. And that's a cool thing. Let's go back to the plugin really quick here again. And let's see what's happening. So delay 1, delay 2. So just like the other stuff we were looking at, it's a dual stage here with a 1 and a 2. And it's running through both. And to solo, you could probably just, knock these out. And then if you only want 1, you can use 1. If you want 2, you can use 2. And just like on those compressors as well. That is really cool. It's almost like they took either Antares took a playbook, the page out of the playbook for these guys, or these guys took it out of it for, for them. So, well, somebody's, kind of taking it out of each other's, but it's cool. And I am not knocking that at all. This is actually really awesome. This has all the standard features of delays. You have your gain, your feedback. Feedback is looping through. If you want deeper dives into what delays, and all these parameters do, head over to the Recording Corner. We're going to be uploading content and a lot of things over there on what all these are. This is not a deep dive. This is a quick run through of does it work. Gain, feedback, color, I like that. That's probably dialing in some kind of like a emulation of a distortion, analog distortion or something like that. Dry and wet mixes, this looks like it goes to that one. This looks like it goes to that one. And then out at 0 decibels. This is nice. These percentages you can dial in. So this one's at 100 over here, and this one's on 80 over here. Now, modulation, okay, turn on and off. And definitely you can already see your levels, your rates. So these looks to me to be like filters and envelopes, something along those lines. Feed, same thing. And dispersion is just how wide it disperses it out or how it kind of smudges the sound. So that is all pretty standard as well. That's pretty cool. Oh, this is really nice. Wow, that's a really nice pull-up menu. Okay, that's good. Of course, I have to... I just changed that. Whatever. We can get back to that. Yeah, we'll go here. I wish there was like a close. Can I do an escape to get out of there? Oh, yeah, okay. Escape on the keyboard. Got it. All right. And I like this. That's pretty cool as well. This here, but I can tell you straight off the bat on this is something that is using a lot of power. The computer's acting, a little bit more sluggish than normal within this video, and so I think it's using a lot of resources. Let's go into a couple other presets. Let's go to doubler. Doubler is always a good one. Let's hear if it really doubles the voice. Yeah, here we are.
I used to dance in my dreams, and while my eyes shine bright, my scars run deep.
Wow.
Is there a point of no return?
Okay, this is cool. So let me give you guys a little bit of a quick lesson on this doubler stuff. Normally when you use a doubler on delay, it's more of a thickening of the voice. So it's actually where it just kind of delays it just a little bit to make the voice sound fuller or whatever else. That's not the case here. It's actually pushing it to the sides, not the mids of the mix. And so what you're hearing is it spreads it to left and right, so it doubles it. So it's not a doubler like you normally use to kind of thicken. It's more of a doubler to push it out to the sides. That's cool on some of the more modern things or background vocals. I could see that being very useful and all of that. Let me come back again. Pluralis. Pluralis. Guys, they need to change this to something else. Let's pull up another one that sounds kind of endless. BuzzFeed. What is that all about?
I used to dance in my dreams.
Got it.
And while my eyes shine bright, my scars run deep.
Wow, that is wild, right?
Is there a point of no
Okay.
return?
Oh, I could just hit it off here. I don't have to bypass that. Okay.
Another face they make
Whoa.
when they were
That was crazy.
A
Wow.
pretty face.
Okay. All right. Wow. This is doing a lot of stuff. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this plugin per se. I'll have to do some more deep diving into it as I get going. But let's see if we can pull up a preset that has kind of the modulators on them. Nothing there. There's one. Let's see if we can get one. Oh, there's two. Let's see what this does.
I used to dance in my dreams, and while my eyes shine bright, my scars run deep.
Okay. Yeah. Envelopes.
Is there a point of no return?
Okay.
Another face people make when they were full of hope but lost their faith.
That is wild.
A pretty face filled with concerns.
Okay. I think I'm pretty much done with this plugin. Let me just try color real quick. Not on that. Let's go back. Let's go back to our initial root one here. Let's close this and let's hit the color on
I
that.
used to dance in my dreams.
I don't even see it
and while
working now. Here we go. Hang on.
I used to dance in my dreams.
It
and while
feels
my eyes
like hide. Let's go back out with it. Show. Off. There we go. On. Let's put that
I
back
used
out.
to dance
Let's go
in
color.
my dreams, and while my eyes shine bright, my scars run deep. Is there a point of no return? Another face people make when they were full of hope but lost their faith.
All right. So let me just say a few things that I think about this. Color was an interesting, it did something a little crazy. I'd have to look more into it to what it does. A couple of things I like. I do really like this crossover feature. This is kind of nice. Mid-side where it would push it out left to right and so on and so forth. So as a delay, it's really cool. It does use a lot of resources, like I said, but in a mix, if it's using too many, you could use it, say, on a vocal and then print the vocal and then, duplicate, print, and then save your other vocal. You never want to get rid of that one and do something along those lines with it. Let me come back to my camera. All right. So here is where I'm at with this. Is this plugin revolutionary? Because that is the claim to fame. This is 2023, one of the most revolutionary plugins ever made. Is it revolutionary? No. It's a delay program. It has a lot of great features. It's got a lot of really good intuitive features as well. It has a great interface. It has a great graphic. It's easy on the eyes, so on and so forth. It has the same features as most delay programs have within them. And that is, your feedback and your wet dry mix and every other thing. It does have the vocal readout down below, and it's showing you kind of what the modulation and things is doing within the plugin. But of course, that's using extra resources within your computer. It has your modulations 1 and 2. Your modulators are just basically like filters or envelopes, or, sine waves or whatever that are making that do crazy things. It does have dispersion, which I like, because as you hit the dispersion, you could actually hear it spreading out. That was cool. And there was also, the doubler was amazing. I think the sound of this plugin is superb. I think that they have done a great job on the sound. I think they've done a great job thinking through a lot of things. I do not think this is revolutionary on any level. I think it's cool. I think it's got great features. So as a revolutionary plugin, it's a 3. For sound, it's like a 5. Wrenches, by the way. I use a wrench system. and I like it. And so this was the first time I took it out for a drive. Hopefully you guys will go out and get into it and do some deep dives. If you have used this plugin in your productions, I would love to hear below some comments on how you've used it, or maybe like a clip so we can all hear how you've used it within there, because there's some sound design elements in there. There's some musical elements you could use, obviously, in there. I thought the vocal delay with that dual going on sounded incredible. There's a lot of cool things going on. I want to see it below if you've used it. I also want to hear your guys' opinions on it if you have it, and maybe some things that we don't know, once again, below. Hey, hit the subscribe, hit the like, hit the little bell, bong, and then go over to the recording corner, and if you want some how-tos and some tutorials, that's a place. But this is Does It Work, brought to you by the Recording Corner. I am Kevin, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you guys for tuning in.